Uh, anyway, there's
Apologies for the background. I think the dog's barking at some deer outside,
not a problem.
which he is terrified of, I've noticed. I took him out to pee the other day, and there was a deer like 10 feet away, and this dog is a bitch. Terrified of a deer.
Well, you know the thing about deer, when they piss, it smells really strong. And
No, I didn't know that.
it's very strong.
I was not aware of the mechanics of deer piss.
Yeah. And it would seem that there's other things this week worth discussing that are very pertinent to odor. Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournaments have officially
Okay.
put a rule out that will penalize players for smelling bad.
Hell yeah! Joining Smash Bros. In the stinky playtime.
The official Yu-Gi-Oh! Blog has posted their tournament policy in which they have stated that anyone with dirty or bad smelling hygiene or clothing will be required to have clean clothing and be clean, and if it's excessively dirty or bad smelling, you can be penalized. It doesn't go on to specify how or what that would entail, but the judges will likely have to do sniff checks. and god damn if that isn't something that people are signing up for. That is not what you sign up to be a judge for, man.
I don't know how to tell you this, but if I was, say, a Yu-Gi-Oh player, and I'm excited to play Yu-Gi-Oh, and this news article breaks, I'm quitting Yu-Gi-Oh. Like I'm done. I'm switching over to like anything. Like immediately. I'm out.
Because
do you remember how you felt when you and I were talking about enjoying Rick and Morty, and then we fucking stopped talking about Rick and Morty? Do you remember that? Because I do.
That was a time. Yeah. No, if this follows the decorum of other tournaments that I've been to, I've never been to a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament, certainly, but tournaments in general, you would have this start with one player going, oh God, that's horrible, and then flagging a judge over. And then they'll tell the judge what's going on, and the judge will have to look and be, okay, like, hold on, pause the match, and then they'll have to ask the person to stand up, and then the judge will have to approach and perform a snoof check. And that snoof check may or may not involve hands up, rotate, do a spin, do a 360 in the middle of a crowded event. And it might be just the most horrifying, traumatizing shit ever.
Hey, I got a great comment coming in from Diana. Love you, Diana. I guess you should never play card games, Pat, because they all have this problem to the same degree. You're right. No one should play card games if they all have this problem to some degree.
Well, there's virtual card games.
They should all stop.
You can play through the comfort of your screen.
Yes.
Yeah. No. Honestly, the judges are the losers in this.
I think everyone is the loser. This reminds me. I remember a long time ago, back in 2004. No, 2005. I was hanging out with a friend of mine, and we were walking through the Eaton Center. And we were just talking about bullshit or our university classes or whatever. And we took a turn up on the third floor of the Eaton Center because we were going to go to the bookstore. And she saw, hey, what is that store? I never really noticed it there. And I said, no, don't! As she crossed the threshold into the Games Workshop.
Boy.
And I just saw her from the back. I saw her shoulders go up and her body like physically crinkle.
Yeah.
Just walking the first foot past the threshold. And then every single fucking grognard in there just turned, and then she slowly backed out, and we walked away.
Can you get DQ'd for a really bad fart? That is a great question. I would imagine no, because that is not you or your clothing directly. However, it can be called into question and at least pause the game for a ruling, at which point the judge's job will be to sniff the fart. I cannot understate how shit this deal is for the poor judges. This sucks, man.
I just
and if they, of
wanna-
course, if they get close, the judge can detect that, hold on a minute, that is rank, that does smell like ass, but it is in fact not just ass in a temporary transient fart state, but it is the full-on undercarriage ball sweat smell that is coming forth. That's then going to be a red card.
You know, you and Paige are right there on the same thing. I just got a message over Discord. Quote, "It is not just fart, it is also balls."
Yep. There you go. Underarm, all of it.
So I want to point out, this is my attempt to soften the blow to the Games Workshop freaks slightly, in that they have it the worst of anyone, because I'm sure their general hygiene is approximate to the other groups, such as the Smash or the Yu-Gi-Oh! Or the Magic. However, the Games Workshop stores also absolutely overpoweringly fucking reek of paint fumes and varnish in a way that just combines with the balls and the stink to just create a new form of enhanced BO.
What if you're making it to top 8 and you buy a bottle of liquid ass? Do you know liquid ass?
I do know liquid ass.
You buy a bottle of liquid ass and then you taint the seat of your opponent before they sit.
Yeah.
And then you get a free ride to grand finals.
What if you can hear Ultra David and James Chen and they're throwing you off with their commentary? So when they're taking a break, you spray down the announce table, and then you're like, James Chen and Ultra David smell so badly that I cannot compete. And then the judges go over and they go, man, that's a stinky Ultra David. You need to go, Mr. Lawyer.
Well, that wouldn't affect the ruling of the opponent, certainly. You and your opponent are the ones that are penalized for that happening. So it would be in the interest of the player to sabotage their opponent to get through in the bracket.
What if you snuck some poop into your opponent's pants?
Now, I don't know how the Yu-Gi-Oh! Bracketing system works, but that would take a very, very elaborate scheme and coordination. Unless
it sure would.
You were to walk around during pools and there were to be, shall we say, a high volume of ass cracks on display.
What if, follow me here, you were the winning Pokemon card game championship team from Spain, and you got into an argument with other players and decided to just shit in your own hands and throw it at each other in the hallway after the tournament?
Well, I don't see the benefit of doing that after the tournament, after all. You know, I guess soccer has...
Paige asks, what if the pants were made of poop?
Okay. Soccer has taking a tumble, right? learning how to fall and pretend you're injured. You know, what if the next move in the meta is to smell compromise your opponent? You know?
Yeah, I can see this.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, again, pour one out for the judges. It's thankless work, but it's about to become even more thankless.
So here's the thing for the judges, though, right? I don't think the judges are the ones who are going to have to deal with this. I think it's the people taking names down at reception.
Oh, they make the check?
I think all it is you're sitting there taking down names for the bracket, and you now have the authority to be like, hey, get the fuck out of here.
Nope, you're wrong. No good. No good.
You serious?
Yes. The state change occurs after the tournament starts. People come down from their hotel rooms, and the numbers are low. It's after the games begin that the state changes occur. It's after a long set at a particular seat.
I have an idea. What if, instead of judges, we just have roaming smell guards, right? And if you are determined to show up stinky, the smell guards give you the option of leaving and coming back non-smelly, or spraying you down with Axe until you are acceptable. Just lift your arms up and spread your legs, and they're just gonna V-spray your balls and armpits and ass until you're good to go.
Just a solid fucking, just a perfume shower. Equally horrifying, really, when it comes down to it. What would really be the ultimate is if there were a way to have almost like a breathalyzer, just like a meter to show the person, like, hey, you're at an 8.5.
Yeah, no, you know what it is? You know what it is? A person who's a breathalyzer with a good sense of smell, and they stand there, and in order to get into the tournament area, you must pass by them without them going, fuck off with this.
Whatever the case may be, Yu-Gi-Oh! Has decided to take an official stand, and we'll have to enforce. So we'll see. We'll see what this looks like in action.